Hi, Dr. Hammer. This is my old roommate, Sophie. She's not from here. And yeah, this is our review on Moonlight. So, I was telling her that, like, I came into this movie thinking it was gonna be, like, such a great film. And, like, it was.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I could see why critics loved it. But I thought it was very, like, drawn out. Like, even, we were only, like, 40 minutes into the movie. And I was like, wow, we're only 40 minutes into this right now. Like, I felt like a lot of it was just very dragged out.
Yeah, and there's not, like, really...
Like, there's
like,
not, like...
a resolution. There isn't, like, there isn't, like, one big thing that, like, happens.
Yeah, I feel like, each part had its own little climax. But overall, like, I feel like, I don't know, like...
Yeah.
There wasn't... Like, I feel like it was just, like, it was a story, like, just telling about, like, Chiron's life, but there wasn't, I don't know, like, there wasn't, like, a central, like, conflict per se, besides him just, like, dealing with the person he is, and who he's becoming, and, like, just, like, kind of gripping with that, and, like, just trying not to, like, fall back into that, like, general stereotype of, like, the typical black man from the ghetto, which, like, he ends up doing in the third part anyway. But,
yeah. I feel like it's, like, kind of like a coming-of-age kind of thing.
Yeah, a bit. Like, I could see why it was, like, revolutionary.
Yeah.
You know, like, because, like,
sure.
These things definitely aren't, like, portrayed as much in the media.
Yeah.
So, like, I could see that. Like, it had some, like, social commentary, you know, like, it kind of defied the stereotypes of, like, what, like, a man, but especially, like, a black man is supposed to be like. Even, like, with Juan in the beginning, like, they set him up, like, yeah, this decently well-off black guy, but, like, he's still in the ghetto, like, he's still serving time, doing drugs and stuff, but at the same time, like, they made him more human, and it kind of showed, like, yeah, like, most people may think of these people, like, as so evil, and in a way they are, because, like, selling drugs. Yeah. But, like, at the same time, like, they are trying, like, they're not always so bad, like, they still try to look out for the youth, you know? Like,
yeah, like, and he, like, definitely is, like, a father figure and stuff.
Yeah.
And I think, like, in the movie, he's, like, definitely one of the people who, like, you look at as, like, one of, like, the good guys, but there's still, I feel like with everyone in the movie, there's, like, kind of that moral, like, ambiguity, like,
yeah,
everyone,
yeah, like, it's like everyone has the good and bad, because even, like,
still,
yeah, because, like, I mean, he was a drug dealer, but also, like, he was such a strong father figure for him when he absolutely had none, and, like, but at the same time, too, like, when Little finally pieced together, like, oh, my mom does drugs, oh, you sell drugs, and, like, just seeing, like, Juan's reaction to it, and Little's reaction to it, like, I don't know, I feel like it just set up a basis where, like, you could, like, he was easy to, like, sympathize with.
Yeah, exactly.
And, like, very easy to pity, and because of that, made him, like, a likable character.
Yeah, definitely.
And, like, even, I don't know, like, there were some parts, even, like with Juan, like, I sympathize with him, like, good and bad. Also, like, that baptism, there was, like, a little baptism illusion in that, which I guess, like, kind of, like, going along with, like, the death and rebirth archetype, it, like, I don't know, like, it just, like, kind of, like, baptisms are, like, the rebirthing, like, the cleansing and stuff, so, like, that kind of, like, it, like, cleansed him, and, like, just set him up to, like, be who he wanted to be, I guess, as opposed to, like, who people want him to be.
Yeah.
What else? Also, like, I thought he was his father for so long. It's like, is this guy dad? Is this his dad? I kept thinking of that. But, like, yeah, going back to, like, just, like, all of the characters, like, were easily, like, you felt bad for them. Like, even the mom, like...
Yeah, exactly.
like, she'd be like, oh, you don't love me anymore, but, like, or, like, towards the end, like, part 3, she kept telling him, like, you need to get out of this life, like, this is not, like, I know I messed up, but, like, like, you're better than this, and he was like, oh, well, like, who am I to listen to you, like, you're just a straight-up drug addict, like, you kind of put this out for me.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I feel like
good.
One of, like, the main things that I, like, noticed, it was, like, the kind of the idea of, like, I guess, like, performed, like, masculinity. Like,
true.
Just that, like, pressure to, like, fit in and to, like, not appear, like, when the guy
like,
was,
wear
like,
the mask.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
Yeah.
It's, like, you're not soft, like.
Yeah, Kevin.
That idea of, like, I don't know, like, having to live up to that.
And you know what? Like, Kevin got to me because at first, like, okay, I feel like some parts of this movie were so predictable. Like, of course, the only kid out of all 8 kids that was nice to him, like, of course he was also gonna be gay. Of course there was gonna be a little brooding romance with them. And, like, even, like, the lunchroom scene, as soon as the guy with the dreads came up to him and was like, oh, remember that game? Like,
yeah,
like, hit like, you don't stand up. Like, you knew he was gonna go for him. So that kind of annoyed me because, like, I don't know, like, it just was not, it was very, like, obvious foreshadowing, kind of. Like, very blatant, you know, and, like, in your face. Like, you knew it. I kind of, I don't know, I feel like also, like, with the water scenes, like, there were so many of them, and, like, every time, like, it almost, like, cleansed him. Like, after he had gotten knocked down so hard, he washed his face and then came into school the next day and just, like, hit the kid over the head, over his head, which also, like, I feel like that scene just really, like, zoned in on just, like, racial injustices to a point, just because, like, you have this kid here who isn't even, like, openly gay. Like, he doesn't even, like...
I feel like he doesn't even, like, acknowledge it himself.
Yeah, like, he's still trying to grip with it. So, like, obviously, like, people know or, like, have, like, a clue, but, like, he hasn't, like, come out and, like, openly said it. Even by, like, the end of the film, he still hadn't really come out. Yeah. You know, like, he was like, yeah, I haven't even been with someone else. Like, it was only you. But anyway, going back to, like, the fight scene, like, here you had this kid, he was, like, so brutally bullied for literally his entire life, like, for not being masculine enough and, like, for being soft and all of this stuff. And, like, he literally gets so beaten to the point where, like, someone has to carry him. And he still won't, like, name who did it to him just because of this whole, like, I ain't no snitch mentality that I feel like a lot of people, like, in these situations would grow up with. And, like, even when he was getting hit, like, he was very peaceful. Like, he didn't fight back the entire film. Like, he did not fight back. He kept his head down, you know.
But when he was getting hit, like, he kept getting back up.
Yeah, he kept getting back up.
Even though Kevin was like, stay down. Yeah. Because I think that's, like, the thing of, like, he doesn't want to appear
soft.
Like, soft.
Yeah. Soft. But yeah, like, I don't know, I think that really, like, addressed, like, all of this stuff, like, with racial issues, too, just because, like, he didn't fight back this whole time, and then the one time, like, he fights back, granted, he hit a kid over the head with a chair, but, like, the one time he fights back, like, automatically, like, you see him out in handcuffs, and they just, like, throw him into jail, and then he just fulfills this, like, stereotype of what he was supposed to be. Like, he's supposed to go back into the cycle of drugs. Like, everyone he knows, everyone he, like, loves or has some sort of relationship with also is into drugs at some point. So it's like he's just thrown back into that cycle where he easily could have broken out of it. Yeah. And, like, it kind of makes me wonder, though, like, I mean, I know it's not real life, but, like, had he been white, like, would that have happened? Or, like, would they have played, like, the whole, like, he's gay and he's been bullied his whole life, like, he just snapped, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Also, like, still upset. There was really no ending to it. I'm still a little confused as to what that resolution was.
I feel like that's, like, the point of it, though, like, because it's just pretty, like, bleak, and, like, you finish it, and you're just kind of, like, I don't know, like...
But, like, that's what I'm saying, like, I feel like there was...
But I feel like maybe that's, like...
Like, they did it on purpose.
Yeah, because, like... For a lot of people, like, that is their reality, like...
Yeah. No,
like
he's definitely, like, a relatable
Like,
character.
one thing can, like, completely, like, alter the course of their lives, like...
That's true.
And, like, that's it, like...
But I feel like, I wasn't even left with questions by the end of the movie. I was just... Like, I feel like it was cut off suddenly, just because I feel like there was no... Or, like, very little, like... plot, like, overall plot development, like, going from part 1, part 2 to part 3, it was just, like, this was a snippet where, like, part 1 was, like, he was little, so, like, this was him, like, in a vulnerable state, and, like, just perceived as a child by everyone, and then the next one was him being called by his own name, like, he was the man, and then the last one, like, he was called Black, so, like, he just, like, he was, like, the stereotype.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh.
So, like, there were little things in each.
But there wasn't, like, an overarching...
There wasn't, like... Yeah, but there wasn't, like, an overarching theme.
Uh-huh.
Or, like, something that could really, like, truly connect everything into one coherent, like, story. Like, I feel like it was just very slow-paced.
Yeah.
The entire film.
Yeah, I think it is, like, pretty slow.
Yeah. Also, like, even you had said before, like, this is such a sad movie, like, it's so good, it's so sad, like, you're gonna cry, and, like, I cry at movies all the time, like, I've cried watching Full House, like, things that aren't even sad, and I just, like, I felt bad for everyone, like, I pitied Chiron, and, like, I sympathized with him, but, and, like, my heart broke for him certain scenes, but at the same time, like, I didn't think they were that sad.
I feel like it's sad, but not, like, because it, like, builds up, like, so slowly.
Yeah.
There's not, like, one moment where it's, like...
Yeah, it's not, like,
oh
something so sudden.
Like, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I feel like at the end of it, you kind of just left, and you just kind of feel a little...
I was so angry.
Empty.
He came back to Kevin. Like, that is just... Kevin was just not... He started out as a very good friend, and then he just... I didn't like him by the end of it.
But I feel like he just... Like, Kevin just, like, shows how, like, the pressure to, like...
Fit in. Wear the mask.
Yeah. Yeah. And he, like, settled down, like...
Married a woman. The guy is gay, and he married a woman just because like, that is the mask he had on his entire life. Like, that gets me riled up.
I feel like... I don't know, like... You think that now, like... Coming out, like, wouldn't be... There wouldn't be as many, like, barriers to that, and, like...
Yeah.
Like,
that's why, like,
I know it's still really, like, I have friends that have come out, and, like, I know that it's still a really, really difficult thing to do, but they managed to do it in the end, like, eventually, but I feel like, for some people, it's still, like, almost, like, not an option.
Yeah.
Because
I know,
it's
I
just,
feel
like,
that...
almost this, like, toxic, like, masculinity that, like...
Yeah.
It's just so...
Well, I wonder, too, like, I don't think this was set up to be, like, taking place in 2018. Like, that's kind of what I think of it. But again, I mean, you could, like, I completely understand what you're saying with that. Because, like, I feel like that was, like, a main, like, thing in the film. That, like, just this idea of, like, how race and, like, gender influence, like, how others perceive you as well as how you perceive yourself.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So, overall, I'd give it, like, 3 out of 5 stars. I don't, like, it was a good movie. I'd watch it again, but I didn't think it was, I thought it was, like, a groundbreaking movie, but I didn't think it was, like, the greatest movie I've ever watched, you know? So, yeah. Okay, well... See ya.